Hi, this is Federation Fox. I'm here to continue my little video blog about some more happy stories. That kind of sounds lame. Happy stories, you know. I don't know what to call them. I mean, that's some ways what I was used to. There was always that old joke about the people that in a sitcom or whatever, the guy sitting there smiling all the time, and everybody goes, "Oh, creepy, he's smiling." What's creepy about somebody who's happy? So, this topic, again, trying to follow the timeline from discovery to the present, is another one of a pair of stories. Subjects. Maybe I should say subjects. Bad memory. Yeah, right. Two subjects. And these little quick ones, as much as I'd love to save them for telling people, why not put it on video? I've been asked. So, two things. The tail thing and Fridays. So, one of the first things I had made, and I was sure that I could not make anything, sew anything together, was a tail. Not this one, but the lion's tail that I have. Semi-lion's tail. Simple tube, two different furs. You know, the story, you know, making my first fursuit, it was incredible. I was sure I could not sew it and blah, 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 blah. So I made that tail, July 4th. There we go, July 4th. It's even hard to count in furs, you know. We're base 8. We could do a hexadecimal, which is base 16. Well, those programmers, I'm out of practice. I have a hard time converting binary to decimal, you know. Rough. So, I made that tail. And why it was so important to me that at first I was reluctant, because I was taught, like a lot of people, that thinking of oneself as part animal in any way, shape, or form was wrong. Da 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 da. There was all those things I don't remember clearly, but I was stuck with that. So it took a long time, because of my anxiety disorder, to get past the anxieties of wearing a tail in public. And so at first it was very rarely done, but one of the things that made it important to me, I've understood what the tail thing is for individuals. There are some people that it's not a fetish or anything like that, it's just simply something important to them, the tail. And so my tail that I made, one of the things is, it's something I made. I created it. So it was important to me. It was a part of me. It was a lion's tail. And my persona is a lion. I mean, right now, this is a fox, right? But the real me in the suit is still a lion. A lion-hearted fox. Interesting concept. So, I made a lion's tail. As time went on, I realized it also was a symbol of pride towards lions in the wild. Such wonderful creatures with beautiful faces. Just the photography of them, these incredibly beautiful faces. I love them. And it led to my being able to do art and so forth, too. The lions. And my enjoying of them. So, that's one of many reasons I wear that tail. A lot of it is excuse making, you know, I don't have to. But in reality, psychologically, I guess I have to. There were so many things, you know, the symbolism, it's being a part of me, a symbol of my furriness, all those things, and much more. and it's a very important thing to me. And continuing on, there were things, probably should reread this, but that'll be okay. You know, I could go on about all the things that Tail's done for me, why it's important. And one of the things that I discovered was, probably was late July, I'm not sure, might have been, is I put my lion's tail up on the desk or on my lap like this, and I put my hand on it, and I stopped talking and just train. So it's doing it right now. Oh wow! I just slowed down. I felt so much better. I calmed down. It's wonderful. Very surprising. Very surprising. It's wonderful. Oh my God. It's wonderful. I wish it was more consistent. I wish it would happen every time. But sometimes I'm just so riled up or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it makes a little difference, but I can't tell. But I started getting more and more bold, wearing the tail more and more often. I mean, I went for hiking. When I went hiking before I made the tail, I went a distance that I guess, I don't know, 750 feet or something like that, you know, just up to a little hill, because I have leg and other conditions that are a major problem. So I'm limited, and I don't get much exercise, so I'm limited by that too. Wearing the tail, I was breaking through barriers. I was exercising in courage, practicing courage, and overcoming my self-esteem issues. So when I went on a hike again at the same location, I went twice the distance, no problem. I was proud, I was standing tall, I was looking up and everything like that instead of my usual like this all the time. I was looking up. It was wonderful. The only reason I stopped at about that 1,500 feet, according to the map, is about 1,500 feet, is I didn't have any water with me. Now this is not in fursuit, but the water is still important. I could have gone all the way on right over to the Black Diamond Mines, which is way over some hills. Wow, you know, for me that's tremendous. So that was one of the many things to do, many things. In working with the therapist, we used it as a way to test the assumptions that we make. People are going to be upset. People are not going to like it. People are going to be paranoid. I'm going to get shot by, you know, somebody's going to take a gun and shoot me. For wearing a tail? You know, that's not my paranoia. But that's often what a person thinks, is that they're going to be, it's going to provoke something severe. Well, yeah, walking down the street could too. You have to take chances. You have to walk down that street. Yes, be cautious. Yes, some places don't. But that's about it. You can't stay home all the time. So I was overcoming my fears and anxieties and self-esteem things and on and on and on. And one of the neatest things that makes me want to go back and to get a paper is I was bold enough that I wore it to the doctor's office. They took my blood pressure just before going in, the usual 145 or whatever the heck the other number was, and went in. I said, here's the tail, here's what happens, it calms me down. You know, I just really, you know, just drained out of me, drained out of me. He did right then and there a second blood test. When I drained down like that, calmed down, drained down, all that, my blood pressure dropped 20 points. 20 points. 145 to 125. Now, before 2004, I did not have high blood pressure, so this is something relatively new. The family always had good hearts and so forth, and our blood pressure. Mom's was a little on the low side. Mine was about average, a little low. Never had high blood pressure problems. So it started in '04, partly because of medication, partly because of age. So having that happen, that's incredible. It makes me want to go back and get a piece of paper that says, it's a medical need. I need the tail because it's medical. And it's a great way to get around the kind of, because people are abusing it like crazy, the service animal thing in the ADA, they've now stated that, like our cats here, say if I still had the toy fox terrier that of my father's, or whatever animal that was mine, was my real pet, not one that likes me. You know, Elsa likes me; she's over there. But you know, a real pet, and they're called comfort animals, and supposedly might have been covered under the ADA. But everybody's bringing in little toy animals in their purse, their little purse pocket, Chihuahua, stupid things like that, and saying the ADA protected them. Yet almost exactly the same business would see a person with disabilities bringing in an actual service animal and say, no, you cannot bring that animal in here. They can bring the little pocket dogs in, but they can't bring in a service animal. So unfortunately, in fixing the ADA, I don't have exact details, but there, you know, there's all these requirements now, and support animals, you know, comfort animals are not covered anymore, blah, 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 blah. So a lot of us, it helps us with our issues and our physical condition and so forth. Mine is blood pressure, and so here is a way to circumvent the no animals allowed. So long as I'm not in fursuit. It's a joke I love to do, is, you know, no animals, and I say, oh my God, can I come in? I'm an animal, you know, and I want to come in. And it says no animals. Can you make an exception for me? I'd love to do that in fursuit someday. When I get good hearing or something, I don't know how we're going to work that out. I'd have to have a handler, obviously. I'll find one someday. I still have anxiety, so there's still that difficulty. But nonetheless, the tail's helping with that, and my going out and doing things and so forth. And to lower the blood pressure, so I can take my tail with me in the restaurant or whatever that says no animals, no pets. And I have it, and this would be my comfort animal. Doing it again. That takes down my blood pressure and serves the same function as a comfort animal. And it's wonderful. One of the thoughts is, when I put my hand on the lion's tail, is thinking about what a wonderful thing I have. The making of the fursuit, the changes in my life that occurred by getting out and meeting people and going to the furry meets, and on and on and on and on and on and on. Wonderful. And my tail did that. And I wear that tail now 24/7, except when I'm wearing a fursuit that has its own tail. So, the other quickie, barely enough time. Fridays, I'll keep this short. I used to hate Fridays, loved Mondays, the opposite of everybody else when I had a job, because Friday meant I was going home to mommy dearest. I'd never made enough money to move out and live on my own long enough to. I was, and so forth with the excuses, so I hated Fridays and so forth. So that's the way it's always been. Friday nights, living here, was a movie night, so rent a movie or watch a movie or that I have or whatever, and TV shows and so on and so on and so on. And that's another thing that changed, was after I started the fursuit. And the first time it could be noticed, but I didn't know at the time, it was about July 30th. I forgot, it was the 29th or 30th, but it was Friday. And I didn't know at the time, I wish I did. And I was, got quite upset because there was an email thing going on, and it used a special font set, special character set, and I'd already been having problems with my email program, and it was bugging the hell out of me. My browser was bugging the hell out of me. I was trying to fix it, and in trying to fix it for that email, made it worse. I blew up. Now, I swear my emails weren't that mean or bad, but still, it was bad. I did not know that was the first good indicator that I was having a reverse. Extreme loneliness on Friday and Saturday nights. It was a couple of weeks later that I discovered it. That, oh my God, I'm feeling lonely on Friday night. I dread Fridays. I dread Friday nights all because of the loneliness. But I was wanting to do the same thing everybody. Go on a date, be with friends, go watch a movie, and so forth. Out in the theater, you know. Get out. Do something. With somebody. Just like everybody else does. Almost everybody else. And I didn't know that. So on Friday and Saturday nights, I tend to get a little... And that was a surprise. That was a major surprise. I have no idea. And so I have to be careful on Friday and Saturday nights. Because I get really... You know, and I think it's starting today. I'm not sure. This is Friday. So, that was quite a bit of a surprise. It's unfortunate, but it did. But still, no, it's not a happy story, or no. It just means that I'm becoming more like your average person in that sense of, you know, what normal means is to, that it was abnormal to love Fridays, hate Mondays. I mean, see, I got to hate Fridays. Everybody says, thank God it's Friday. And I go, oh, bleep. It's Friday. I don't have to go home. I want to stay at work. And have it reversed. It's bringing me one step closer to an average person. And one of the many things that mitigated my Asperger's syndrome, the things that changed. That's, wow, you know. So, Fridays. Just find a friend to do something on Friday and Saturday nights. Oh, it'll be so much fun. Wow. Yeah. Bowling. Fursuit bowling, please. Anybody out there watching this from the Antioch, Brentwood, Pittsburgh, even Concord area, I want to do fursuit bowling, preferably Friday, Saturday nights, something, anything. Go to a movie, hopefully in fursuit. This is Federation Fox. And good night. I gotta finish my book. Chinese chicken in paper.